Hello there, beautiful traders. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Desmond Samuel, and once again, I am back with another banger of Forex weekly outlook. Now, if you're new to this channel, I would recommend that you subscribe. So just go ahead and click the subscribe button. I'll give you a countdown up until 5. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and click on the subscribe button, and then also hit the bell icon so that when next I come on here and then I drop my trade analysis and my trade setups for the coming week, you would be amongst the first few to see it, so you can easily and quickly readjust yourself and plan for the coming week. Once again, guys, my name is Desmond Samuel, and this is a segment of my YouTube channel that I have dedicated to coming on here to give you guys what I have for the coming week in terms of potential moves and the follow up on the previous moves. Okay, now this is the second episode of this weekly outlook, so sit tight and make sure you watch all the way to the end, because as you guys already know, I like to leave the best for the last. Okay, so I like to leave the best for the last, so stick around. Make sure you watch all the way through to the end, all right, because once again, I like to leave the best for the absolute last. All right, so thank you so much, and then let's hit my screen. So the first pair that I will be talking about here, okay, just hold on, let me just load up my trading view here. Okay, so you guys know the first pair I actually like to talk about is the Euro USD. That is the Euro versus the US dollar. Okay, so just give it a second, let my chat load. I actually close the page because I was trying to run my Loom software to capture my screen. Okay, so while we wait for this, go ahead and check the link in the description there to sign up, because if you do not have a broker, you can't even trade. All right, so click the link there. It's gonna redirect you to download and install the actual forex trading broker that I am actually using, and the one I strongly do recommend, which is XNest. So check the link in the description there. You also see the link to my Telegram community, so you can come and meet me one-on-one, see me do these things live. Okay, see me do these things with the rest of the other traders, and then you share ideas. You bounce ideas off of the rest of the like-minded traders. All right, so once again, guys, my name is Desmond Samuel, and welcome back to the inside of my screen. All right, so quick things, quick. I'm still waiting for this pair this site, the trading site, to, I think my internet is a bit slow. Pardon me for that. But it's gonna be fixed in no time. Guaranteed. Guaranteed it's gonna be fixed. Okay, guys. So all right. So the first pair on my list here, we have the Euro USD. That is the Euro versus the US dollar. So I spoke about this particular pair, this particular move, this particular pullback that we are actually having in my previous Forex weekly outlook. So once again, I'll leave the link here, so you go back and check the analysis I had there, and then see how far we've come and how things have played out. Okay, so now back to the Euro USD. So we've had this pullback off of this trend line that has held in the past, that actually reversed this market in the year 2022. All right, so now we have this trend line here currently acting as a diagonal support here, because the market rallied all the way. Guys, we've had a linear move. All right, let's be honest, we've had a linear move on the euro dollar, and now it is time for us to start pulling back, and that is exactly what we've done. Okay, so now we've put back into significant supply level and also a demand level. Now, why do I call this place supply level and demand level? That is intermediary levels, because they both serve, it has served as a supply and then also served as a demand, in the sense that when the market broke structure here, as you can see right here, when the market broke structure right here and then pulled back, that was the zone that it reacted to and then collapsed further. And then when the market broke above, pull back, that was the zone it reacted to and then rallied further. All right, so this is an intermediary level, and the market is just pulling back because, guys, we've had a linear. Come on, man, we have a linear move. We need, once again, I spoke about how you ought to know when to actually expect the market today. See the thing like a pullback. All right, you should know when it is long overdue, so you plan yourself accordingly, so that you don't start joining these guys that keep on talking about how impromptu thing how impromptu things happen in the market, yada yada whatnot. Listen, guys, count your waves properly, so you know exactly when to expect a turnaround or a pause or a temporary ranging in the market. Once again, guys, so Euro USD, in a nutshell, we gave a rising wedge pattern here. Okay, a rising wedge pattern which we've clearly invalidated, and now we are actually pointing south. Okay, so you guys, this is my weekly time frame. This is my weekly time frame because I like to take my analysis all the way from the monthly to the weekly to the daily time frame. All right, so this is on my weekly, and I've had this crazy pullback here off of the NFP numbers that came out last week Friday. All right, so now going down to the daily time frame, let's see what this looks like in a more detailed, you know, perspective. So this is a pullback to the Fibonacci zone, which is this particular Fibonacci zone, because if you count it properly, you have a high here, you have a low here, lower high. Oh guys, I'm so tired. So we have a lower high, and then we have a lower low, then we have a lower high. So if you plot your Fibonacci right, you get to discover that the market just pulled back into the key level. All right, key level. So now, how do we make money off of the Euro USD? Because obviously the trend is pointing south. Okay, if you go on the monthly time frame, you're going to see that the trend is pointing to the downside, and this in fact is just a retest of the double top that is being created right here. This is neckline retest. All right, so now as you can see, it looks pretty much clear on the monthly time frame, and once I bring my Fibonacci, you can see that everything pretty much lines up. All right, it lines up neatly. Okay, so now how do you make money off of the euro in the coming week? So first things first, you need to understand is that we need to establish the fact that that there's always a trend within a trend. Now how solid that trend is depends on the time frame that it is happening. I take it again. In this forex market, there's always a trend within a trend. So we have the major trend and then we have the minor trend. Now, how solid or how strong or how long the particular trend may last depends on the time frame that it has been identified. For instance, now if you see a trend or a pullback in 1 minute time frame, 30 minutes time frame, an hour time frame, 4 hour time frame, it may not really be as significant as seeing it on a monthly and a weekly time frame, because now those trends play out in tunes of hundreds of pips, and then sometimes even thousands of pips. Okay, so we don't just go on the lower time frame and then start plotting levels and then join Fibonacci. So this is exactly what I'm seeing here. This is a break, first pullback, then the second pullback, making it crazy. All right, so the second pullback always comes in a way deeper than you actually expect. Okay, so now moving on to make money off of the euro. I would advise two things. All right, two things that you should do is, first of all, be mindful of external oppositions. Okay, be mindful of external pressure, because as a finance bro, or if a finance girl watching this, you need to understand that your mental health. Okay, your mental health is really important. This is the only business in the world that is affected by every other aspect of your life. So you can imagine, that the kind of efforts and consistent hyper energy that this particular market needs. All right. So moving on here, this is a supply level. So we just put into the supply level for a Fibonacci continuation. So I am looking to short this guy to the downside. However, buying this market is not an option for me next week. I have to see the market rotate all the way back down. Now, the reason that is happening like that is because of the momentum that the that the trend used to break the level initially. All right. So after this whole retest here, we should see euro dollar collapse to the downside. Okay. However, this is greatly dependent on what the dollar index does. That is the DXY. All right. So that is that about the euro. So you watch out for candlestick reactions around this level here, and then we could collapse it to the downside. Okay, if and only if we see a bounce, because now this is looking like we have a double bottom here. So it's quite 50-50. Or we could actually rally into this point, then drop here, then pull back a bit, then collapse to the downside. All right. Whatever the market wants to do, I am on the sell side of things. I am looking for sales. I'm not looking for buys at the moment, unless we do break above this minor level here. Otherwise, I remain sat on my hands. All right. So that is that about the euro USD. So let's move on to the next pair. GBP USD is the next pair. All right. So GBP USD is next pair. Let me just All right, so now on to our next pair, which happens to be the pound sterling. All right, so for GBP USD is something similar to the euro. All right, something in fact, it's quite similar. All right, it's quite similar. However, the euro seems to be a deeper pullback already, whereas it has left the cable or the GBP USD behind. All right, so this is not the chart. Sorry, this is not the charts. So this is my GBP USD, all right, in a nutshell. So we had this again. We had this collapse of so we had like a little thing like a head and shoulders pattern here, and then we had the neckline collapse. So technically, once we break the neckline of a chart pattern, be it double top, double bottom, head and shoulders, or inverse head and shoulders, we should come back and retest it after rallying, all right, to the tune of the total amount of pips accumulated between the head and the shoulder of that chart pattern, then bring it out. You see that we did exactly just that. All right, so now we need to pull back for a potential trend continuation to the downside. However, I'll be watching this key level properly, this key minor level properly. If we see a bullish engulfing daily candle breaker above and close, I have no business buying this market to the upside, or rather I have no business selling this market to the upside. However, if we do see some reaction at this level here, then I am very much interested in shorting this guy all the way back to the downside. Buying this guy moving into next week is absolutely not an option for me. However, I'm just gonna sit on my hands and see exactly what the market has for me, and then I get to walk away with that. All right, so that is that for that cable. Now we move on to the next pair, NZD USD. My next pair on this list is going to be NZD USD. Now, the New Zealand USD is a pair that I spoke about once again in my previous videos. You just check my previous videos and then you're going to see every single thing that I've spoken about lately. All right, so you can check the playlist. I have all the videos in there saved. Okay, so now for NZD USD, we had a deeper pullback, which I was talking about earlier. I was like, listen, guys, I am not really comfortable with the way NZD USD is moving. I know that we've had a breakout. However, there are certain things that I must see that the market must present to me before I go about clicking trades. So I had like a minor level here in my previous video. I had a minor level. Okay, so I was like, there you go. All right. So the flow of the river is pretty much south. However, upon breaking this key, so this key demand level here, we had to come out because I just put this as a protective element because I'm like, yo, look at the way we've broken out of here. So we need something equivalent to that, something equivalent before we now see a proper pullback. All right, so it would have been something like this from swing high to swing low, and then we pull all the way back. Did you get me? However, that didn't happen. We bled all the way down, and then this is the pullback you're giving me. No, that's a trap. All right. So for me now, I have no other option but to wait it out on this one on the New Zealand versus the USD. All right, so I just have to be patient and then wait for this market to set up properly so that I know exactly how to maximize the best out of the costumes available. But moving forward, hold on, let me just see. So moving forward here, for me, I like to see us pull back into this level here, and then if this level does sustain, then we should see the highs of 0.60435. That's the high. All right, so that is where we should actually see for now rally all the way to the upside. However, if we should indeed get a rotation back to the downside, and then we now come and clear this level here, then I'll be way more confident to short NZD USD all the way down to my prime target, which is the 0.5620. All right, so for you as day traders or as signal providers, what you should actually be looking for is this gray shirt. All right, so gray shirt, please. All right, so thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate that. All right, so for NZD USD, like I said, just wait for a pullback to this level here if you're a day trader, and then buy first high. And then if we indeed break above this supply level here, then we should see NZD USD rally all the way to the upside. So now moving on to my next pair, which would be USD CHF. All right, so USD CHF, I dropped a trade call on USD CHF in my previous analysis, and then I told you guys to start selling the USD CHF upon a 4 hour candle break and close, and that is exactly what has happened. Okay, we came into, once again, guys, the market will give you a small pullback, then come and give a bigger one, because you have to also count your waves, plot your fib from swing high to swing low. You can see that it is never making any sense. The pullback is too small for the kind of move that preceded it. Do you understand me? So if we've had this kind of move, then I see no reason as to why I'm seeing this kind of pullback. It's insignificant. All right. So we've had a big drop now. All right. And now we're currently having the pullback, which you can see here clearly. So I said to them, okay, listen, 4 hour candle break and close, we should drop all the way to the downside. And that is exactly what is happening. All right. 4 hour candle break and close here, entries made, stop losses above the recent high, and then take profit point one and then take profit point two. Easy peasy, trade is running in profit. I shall be here again in my next episode on trade on market talk. I shall come and then update you guys on the progress of this trade. So far so good. We are up in profit, okay, of about 111 pips. All right, so we still have roughly about 118 pips to go. So in case you miss this opportunity, how do you get to make money off of this? Now, quick one, we have a double top here. We have a double top here, and then we have the neckline here. So this is the level that you should be looking out for as day traders. Okay, as day traders, this is what you should be looking out for. So wait for a candlestick to pull back into that particular level there that is going to serve as your supply level, and then let's watch how the market reacts from there. Then you can potentially short the USD CHF from there, and then take it all the way down to the prime target. Okay, so that is that for USD CHF. All right, so the last pair on my list would be, actually last two pairs on my list would be, first of all, USD JPY. All right, so that is the first pair before I call it a day. So sorry, that is the second to the last pair before I call it a day. All right, so the first pair being USD JPY here. You guys should check my previous analysis. I told you guys we made so much bangs on my trade call right from the year right from the month of January. All right, January, I think the 9th of January, we made all the money all the way up to this point. All right, and now the market has decided to just play around, just play around. And this is exactly where the traders lose the most money, because they're not patient enough. Listen, the market has given you over 2,000 pips. All right, you don't just jump on the next available trade. You let the market rest, relax, and then regain energy, and then come with better and suitable opportunities. Don't worry, once you make money, I'll talk to you guys about how to actually, cope with the urge of always wanting to trade all the time. All right, so that is that about USD JPY. So I'll come on here this week again to drop a market talk episode 2, where I come on here and then I carefully break USD JPY for you. However, we have actually broken a structure level here, and then we need to pull back. All right, we need to pull back into the level. We need to drop it back into the level as a form of retest before we continue all the way up to the to the upside. If indeed we are actually gonna continue all the way up. All right, as you can see here, this is a break, retest, break. We need to get a retest before we continue all the way up. So that is that about USD JPY. And the last pair on my list being the dollar index. All right, so I've been dodging this dollar index for a while now, and I haven't really had the time, because I kind of just use the euro USD to just know what's happening with the dollar. All right, so now once again, we had a linear move. As you can see, evidently we had a linear move, and this is just the first pullback. This is just a pullback to just get things running. All right, so we blew through this supply level. We tested it once. However, we look at the kind of trend we've had, very linear, and then you're not coming. You must come back and retest that level to gain some momentum. Like I said earlier in my previous video, the game of trading is an investment vehicle. It's like a train that is moving. You don't stand in front of the railway waiting for the train to stop. You go to the station, right? You go to the station. That is where the train could potentially stop, and then you have you hop on, and there you go. So you need to first of all identify the flow of the river, then bring your little boat and then jump in that flow, in the flow of the current, and then it takes you exactly where you need to be. So that is that about the financial market. You have to understand when to expect a pullback. It is very, very important, guys, so that you don't keep buying blindly and keep selling blindly. You must know when to expect a pullback. All right. So like now, counting your waves properly, you have to count your waves well, and then you now plot your Fibonacci, and then get to find out that, oh, it's actually lining up nicely. All right. So you must catch your phrase. You must literally catch the waves, rather catch your waves. All right, catch your waves. And so moving on for the XY, we are already putting into minor supply demand level here. So I'm gonna watch this place carefully, which I do expect to hold, because this is a key level that has held matter in 2 3 years. All right, so I do expect this particular level to hold, that has helped the market rather in 2 3 years. So I do expect this place to hold here. All right. So this is lining up well with the Fibonacci. So my target for the dollar is 104.5. All right. So 104.5, and then we should see a blowout to the upside. All right. So that is my time, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you so much for staying through to the end of the video. Once again, my name is Desmond Samuel, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like this video, so that YouTube algorithm can actually refer and then recommend this video to the rest of the traders out there who are actually interested in seeing and also understanding, financial market outlooks for the coming week. All right. Once again, guys, my name is Desmond, and I give you guys 5 seconds to subscribe again. In 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, and in 1. Leave a comment on what you think and what you would like me to talk about next time I hop on the platform. All right. Thank you so much, and peace out.